With Esau and his oppression. We can barely keep, the laws to its fullness. But then here it is, when you can't keep the least of the commandments, you choose not to. But you hide under the same banner. Esau and his oppression. Bro, it's not up to Esau. It's up to the Most High. The Most High making it to where, this oppression is being used so that we can trust and believe on Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. That's what that's about. But the Most High still paved the way. We're not in the 1800s no more. He paved the way for us to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. But we can't keep it in its fullness due to the oppression. So we got to depend on his son, Yahweh Shah Hamashiach. A lot of people don't understand that. But Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 1, it says, all the commandments which I command thee this day shall ye observe and do, that ye may live and multiply and go in and possess the land which the Lord sware unto your fathers. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Lord, which Yahweh led thee these 40 years in the wilderness. He said, to humble thee and to prove thee. So I humbled you by showing you I'm the one that's in charge. I'm the one that put you here. And he said, and to prove thee. What does it say in Sirach? The Bible in Sirach, it tells you to prove a friend. We're supposed to be proving a friend. How much more the Most High? He's going to prove you. I go over the scripture all the time in Ecclesiastes 1, and I believe it's 13. That scripture grew on me. Like all this wisdom that you learning, the Most High going to see what you, if you just reading it just to read. He going to test you, and everything ain't supposed to be easy. Some test is real hard. People leaving you is real hard, man. Or you having to leave other people is real hard to do. But it's a test. Do you choose righteousness or wickedness? Man, I've seen niggas fall out the truth because situations they had with their spouse, man. I've seen situations where men, all right, baby, I choose you. I won't go out there no more. I won't do this no more. Some of the brothers that, if you go back to our video 6-7 years ago we got an old page. It's the Sons of Jacob also, and I think it's a black logo. And when you go to those videos, those Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom brothers, them niggas went and did what they out doing what they want to do now. We run into these niggas all the time, bro. Some of these dudes we'll be going on our way to camp, and we'll see these niggas at a restaurant on the Sabbath, buying and selling. Like you just couldn't control yourself. You had to go. And then niggas eating McDonald's still. Who still eats McDonald's? But niggas couldn't control yourself, and you just had to go buy McDonald's on the Sabbath because you a grown ass man and you do what you want to do. That's complete disobedience. That's a free spirited person. And the Most High do not like that. Straight up. He don't like that shit at all. And the Most High also he don't like when a weak ass man uses his power, his physical power, his spirit, not his spiritual, his physical and emotional power to guardrail a woman that's being evil. A lot of niggas do that. They protect women that they know is being evil, but because that's your wife, you feel like you got to protect her. Woe unto him that justifieth the wicked and condemneth the just. Bro, if she being wicked, that's just what it is. If she being righteous, yes, you should defend her. You can't defend evil though, man. So it also says, to humble thee and to prove thee, to know what was in thine heart, whether thou wouldest keepeth his commandments or no. So the Most High said, man, I did all this just to see if you was going to still keep my commandments. But look at y'all. Right? Look at y'all. And what does that go back to? Hebrews. When you read Hebrews chapter 3 and chapter 4, it's given a beautiful, detailed version of what happened in the wilderness with Israel. And it tell you in Hebrews chapter 3. Let me see. Verse 17. Hebrews 3 and 17. But with whom was he grieved 40 years? The same 40 years we just read in Deuteronomy 8. It said, was it not with them that has sinned, whose carcasses fell in the wilderness? You see that? Why did he eliminate them, eradicate them? Because they were sinning. We just read in Deuteronomy 8, he said, I did all this to see if you was going to keep my commandments or no. Bro, you have to use this same mentality today. All this shit you going through, relationship-wise, is to test you. It's to see if you still going to keep the commandments or no. And if you don't keep the commandments, you are none of his. That's what Yahushua HaMashiach said. You are none of his. There's no separation between them. He said, me and my Father is one. They agree on everything. The same way the husband and the wife supposed to agree on everything. But the problem is there's no discernment in the relationships. And how do I know that? Through experience. The same thing we read I read the other day. I read Ecclesiastes almost the whole chapter 2. And he was explaining how he retained his wisdom, but he searched folly and madness. Like he tested stuff to see if this really what it is. And we do the same thing. Sometimes you just want to see what your wife is on, so you play dumb. You just want to see what she on. You play dumb. You want to see if she been growing or not. You testing her too. Well, you're being tested too. Everybody's being tested. Everybody's being tested and judged. Straight up, man. So going back to my point, when you're walking around on this earth, you got to understand, dude, everything is a test. Everything is a test, dude. You're being tested. Look. This is Sirach, chapter 14. I love this precept right here. So this is Sirach chapter, overthrown. This is Sirach 13 and 13. He said, observe and take good heed. Same thing the Most High told us to do about the commandments. He says, for thou walkest in the peril of thy overthrowing. He said, for thou walk, every day you walk, every step when you get up out the bed, you wiping the coal out your eyes, when you land your foot on the floor, you're walking in the danger of your overthrowing, the perils of your overthrowing. Something can fall, the ceiling fan can fall, hit you on the head, you die. Now it gets deeper than that, of course. You can die in your sleep. Stuff happens. People break in your house while you sleep. You might sleep through it. Maybe you was drinking that night. Maybe you was just super tired. It's deeper than that, man. Each and every day, man, we walk in the dangers of our overthrowing, which is tests. They're all tests. Even unto death. Do you believe or not? Okay, you believe. Let's see. Let's see. So he says, when thou hearest these things, awake out of thy sleep. I mean, get on guard. Man, bro, pay attention, bro. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to your spouse. Pay attention to your children. And stop. Bro, it's not all about us, bro. I was just telling somebody that the other day on the phone. I was like, bro, it's not about you. Why is it not about you? Because there's going to be a day where you have to save, like today, you have to save other people. You have to give your life to this ministry in order to save other people. Bro, it's not about you. And the woman, it's not all about you. Why? Because one day your husband is prophecy that he's going to have to take on more women so that he can save them. It's not about you. It's not about the man or the woman. He got to give his life and she got to give up the life that she wants with her husband and share. Bro, it's that simple. That is just one small detail proving that it's not about us. Bro, it's about the will of the Most High. And when you get in tune with that, your relationship will be blessed more. Not saying you're not going to have problems. You're going to have problems because, like we read in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, the Most High, we will never be able to understand everything that he does, why he does it, why he causes things to happen. Like, for instance, when we read the scriptures, our forefathers didn't rock with Satan at all. But when we read the scriptures, Satan is only doing what he commanded. So why do we hate Satan so much? You will never understand. Solomon told us that our mind caps out at a certain time. You know when your mind capped out. It's like, I'm cool. I don't want to deal with that. And sometimes it's like that with the scriptures. I think the first thing I started acting like that with is when people was trying to prove that Christ was Solomon. I was like, nah, bro, I don't want to go that far. Nah, I'm cool. Some things, this is like, bro, stop trying to be too deep, man. Elder Apostle Tahar say that all the time. Niggas be trying to be too deep, just be one deep. Not literally, but it's like a metaphor. I understood when he said that. Stop being too deep, bro. Because that is only showing. Now, it's a day where you just chilling, you know what I'm saying? You bored and you just want to go into something deep and, you want people to tune in. That's cool. But it's only doing so much for them. Like, niggas is still dealing with the domestic violence while you doing a live trying to prove that Solomon was Yahweh Shah, bro. Like, what about the people that's watching you that's really trying to get they're hoping and begging and pleading for you to bring up their situation that they're in. That's really like going according to the spirit is really like you dealing with certain shit and then you go bring it out on camera and you show brothers and sisters how to deal with it. That's what I think like flowing according to the spirit is. When I see certain stuff, I'm bringing that out. When I see certain stuff happen, now y'all like everybody know me. I don't really like bring out names. I will, but I don't. But I'm gonna speak on these situations. If you get on a comment board and say, "Nah, nigga, because you're the only person I told that," like, bro, you just told them who I was talking about. Nigga, I can use. It's called a testimony. I can use that as a testimony. I can do that. Like, who are you to tell me I can't use your situation as a testimony and I'm not even mentioning your name? It's a 1,000 people that go through that, if not millions people go through what you going through, bro. Stop with all that. Like, people always trying to save image. That's why I had that slogan that I created myself. We save souls, not image. And I got that off of the story of Job. Job did not care about his image, dude, even though he had a real good image. His friends told him, bro, you took care of children. Bro, you dealt with the homeless and the poor. You fed the homeless and the poor. You brought people in your home. Go read it. His friends literally told him that. And they like, but so why are you going through what you're going through? They was trying to convince him he was sinning against God. And the point is, bro, you don't know. That's what he was telling, bro. You don't know. I'm telling you the truth. I haven't sinned. And guess what? At the end of the chapter, the Most High came and said, no, he didn't sin. Matter of fact, y'all go make a sacrifice for lying. Go make a sacrifice now before I get ticked off. That's what the Most High said to Job's friends, and gave Job double everything that he already had. It said he was the richest man on the east, in the land of Uz, in Edom, in Esau's land. He was one of the richest Israelites of the east, and he got double that. Come on now. Talk to me. So, going back to Hebrews chapter 3. Remember, we walk in the dangers, the perils, which goes into dangers of our overthrowing each and every day. You're being proved by God. When your wife get out of line, you're being proved by God. When you getting everything your way, you're being proved by God. Because a lot of people, when they get everything they want, niggas get money, they don't acknowledge God no more. Solomon taught us that in Proverbs 30 and 7 through 9. When niggas get all they way, a lot of niggas stop praising the Most High. Why? Because they too busy spending money and enjoying, what they got. I don't want a lot of money. I don't want no fat ass $5 million lawsuit on none of that, because I truly believe being poor like this keeps us on track. Like, while I'm here, I'm cool with being oppressed because I need to be reminded who these people are each and every day. Now, my flesh, yeah, sometimes my flesh get mad as hell. Yeah, for sure. But spiritually, I let my spirit tell me what's going on. Straight up. So going back to Hebrews 3 and 17. But with them, Slakia, but with whom was he grieved 40 years? Was it not with them that had sinned, whose carcass fell in the wilderness, and to whom sware he that they should not enter into his rest, but to them that believed not? Question mark. Now, they didn't keep the commandments because they simply didn't believe. So a lot of I ain't gonna say y'all. Let me just say this: a lot of brothers' wives truly don't believe. Bro, we believe. Like, I talk about martyrdom all the time. I truly believe that's how. I mean, look at the history. The early church fathers, man, it's scary reading about them. Justin Martyr, Antipas, Polycarp, Irenaeus, Tertullian, Origen, bro. There's so many early church fathers that died. Why? Because they truly believed. Okay, we know what we getting ourselves into. So what does that mean? We truly believe. We know what the possibilities is, but we still going out to the highways and byways boldly, confidently, and sincerely. That's because we really believe. So that goes for your wife too. She's not supposed to get tired of doing what's right. She's not supposed to get tired of doing that. She's supposed to be serving the Most High through you with joy. That's what we do for the Lord. When we around each other, we having a good time breaking down scriptures. Our jokes is even predicated around the scriptures. We'd be like, man, I got zealous as hell for a second. Zealous mean like Phineas. I was ready to put hands on him. I got zealous. Like, we crack jokes like that around the scriptures because we really live by this. There's a lot of people in the nation that really truly live by the scriptures. They really hold each other accountable to the scriptures. Straight up. And these are camps that the Most High have hidden. He hidden. So it says, verse 19, Hebrews 3 and 19. So we see that they could not enter in because of unbelief. Bro, our women, I'm going to say can convince us of whatever. But what does the Bible say? The Most High knoweth the heart. He tried the reins to give every man according to their way. The fruits of their doing. Bro, he know if she believe or not. And if she don't make it, most likely that's what that was about. When I say don't make it, somehow y'all get into a big ass fight. She leave and she never turns back. And now you're on child support. That's what be going on. Most High got rid of her. Why do I say that? This is the kind of, this is the section of the scriptures people don't want to hear, and they don't want to hear you going into. And I'm talking about men and women, because they know it's true and it brings forth conviction. Conviction is good, man. Put away the bad guys. Conviction is good because it helps you change yourself. It gives you the opportunity to change yourself. There is a shame that bringeth forth glory and grace, and there is a shame which bringeth sin. You choose which side of the fence you want to be on. We all do. Choose life or death. Like for women too. Like y'all job isn't as hard as ours. But yet y'all walk around bitter like it is. Like y'all that's how we should be walking around. The men, it's some brothers, I'm talking about believers, dude. It's some believers in the truth. Men that have families that walk around on eggshells around a girl. They're literally scared of their wife. I've met them. They're afraid of their wife. And that's why they get used as examples like that. They chose that. They could always repent and be like, you know what? I know the Most High do not want no cowards, man. Like whatever. Lord, throw up a fat prayer, man. Lord, I'm about to go according to the spirit of the scriptures, and whatever happens on the way, I know it's of you because I'm doing what you asked me to do according to the Bible. And nigga, if you get on that path for real and really do it accordingly, you really applying your life to the ministry, she should understand that and she should attach herself to it. She should at least understand it. But if she start getting all mad, you don't do this, bro, the Lord is doing what you asked. Or he's helping you out. Why do I say that? Now let me read it. Ecclesiastes 7 and 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Right? And this all goes back metaphorically to her mind. Like a woman she know when to be soft and to get your attention. She know when to press your buttons. Man, there's so much stuff I can explain. Your woman know if you poly and she like, nigga, you ain't doing it. She know what to look for to see if you really for real about it or not. I literally just seen it like a week ago. They know what buttons to push. They know how to get you crazy to where they can call the police on you, and now you in jail, safe and sound in jail, while they out doing what they want to do. Women actually do that. You don't know. You in jail, safe and sound in they mind. You're in jail, safe and sound. You ain't got to worry about you just popping up. And you safe. You in jail. And you're going to get some straightening in there. You're going to get right. When you get out, it's going to be sorry, baby. They know this already. They know this already. Bro, I'm telling you. Don't underestimate women. Because they does have man in their name. Right? So it says, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her. When you think of escape from her, you got to really think of reality. The Most High will create a situation to happen to give you the opportunity to leave. If you want to stay, they don't make you wicked. Now, if she's consistently doing the shit, infidelity, shit like that, yeah, then nah, we got a problem. But that's your choice. It's in the New Testament. If she do something real crazy, like get the kids taken away or some shit like that, and you decide you want to stay with her, bro, that's your choice, bro. Nobody's gonna call you evil for that. It has to be a pattern of shit for you to be called evil. Evident pattern, of course. It has to be evidently a pattern. Right? So it says, whoso pleaseth God shall escape her. You got to think of reality. The Most High causes reality to happen in our lives. Sometimes we question it, though. We'll question, is this what God really want me to do? Bro, you've been praying for the Lord to give you signs, bro. This is where it says, going back to Hebrews chapter 3. Hebrews chapter 3, it says, again, verse 19. So we see that they could not enter in because of unbelief. Do you believe this is the Most High talking to you? Some people know for a sure that the brother that's on the phone with them or standing next to them, telling them what's going on in their life, explaining shit that they do in the dark, and you explaining it to him, this is, bro, and this is what's gonna make you do this. And he just grabbing his lips and his top of his head, he's like, damn, bro, how do you even know this? And still go do some dumb shit, like hit the same dumb shit? We got a problem. Because you truly don't believe the Most High is using his brother to talk to you. If this brother is explaining something you doing in the dark, this is the Most High telling you, I see you. I'm watching you, bro. Does that make this brother God? No, of course not. But this is how the Holy Spirit of God works. Straight up. So, going back to Deuteronomy 8 and verse 3. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know. So the meat I'm chewing off this bone on for verse 3 is, he suffered thee to hunger. This is how he proved them. So like he humbled them. This is how he humbled them and proved them. He humbled them down, understanding you pray to me and I'm going to feed you. I need to be acknowledged first. The Most High does not know how to be second. This is what a real God, this is how a real God thinks. Like, I don't know how to be second. What are you talking about, second? What are we talking about? And you got kings on the earth that act like that. But the woman don't respect it because they've been taught by a heathen. They eating that fruit again. Eating that fruit again. But Adam, you got to remember when you fail, bro. Read the scriptures and observe and understand and repent from all of that. Women are going to follow, dude. Women are going to follow the order. But unless they're destined to destruction, bro, you can't do nothing about that. And don't ever let no woman literally drag you down all the way with her. Because women are known, seen on all over social media to not care. They can hurt somebody to the core and wouldn't even bat an eye. They don't think, like the study that they did. It was a study they did, and they was proven a man will take a homeless woman and build her up. Put her in a rightful position. But a woman won't take a bum man and do the same for him. Now, yes, is it 1 in a million? Probably yes. But on a base, average, it's always the man, which shows what? Compassion, mercy. So they understand forgiveness. They understand all of these qualities, man. It's proven way more. Even Tyler Perry make movies over it. It's the man picking the woman up off the street and fixing her up. So it's all on us as men to be leaders and let them follow. And if they don't want to follow, bro, it ain't nothing you can do, bro. It's nothing you can do. But one thing, no cowards, man. That's what ISUPK say all the time. That's their slogan. And I think we all got to agree with that. I don't care what camp you in. We all got to agree to that right there. No cowards. Straight up, man. That's real right there. That's real talk. No cowards, bro. You a coward, bro? Well, how that you think? Okay, so you scared of a woman. You scared to check a woman. You scared to get a woman in order, but you ready to go to war against another nation. That don't even make sense, bro. That don't even make sense. And I ain't talking about being physically. It's you're afraid of consequences of telling your wife no. It's actual believers that's like that. And that's no problem when you first come into the truth. But if you've been in the truth 3+ years and you still got this problem, you scared to say certain things to her. Every time you get on the phone with a brother, you got to step outside because you don't want to make her mad. Bro, there's no way, bro. You're not about to convince me Yahweh Shah is going to choose you for a high position like that. He's not going to. That don't even make sense. That don't make sense at all. But men do suffer from it, and they come into the truth, and they understand the truth for what it is, and they stand on they square, man. They gird up their loins. They do what needs to be done. Making real sacrifices, doing what needs to be done. And true believing women will too. They do what needs to be, they do what needs to be done. Because you hear women say that, my family think this, they say I'm this, and it's like, bro, it's about what needs to be done. That's what it's all about. Howard Shah he talking to you women too when he say, pick up your cross and follow me. You're a disciple. A disciple is just a learner. You're learning how to serve too. But your cross is different from ours. Ours is following Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. Y'all's is following y'all husband that potentially gonna have other women or that even follow this truth. They're like, man, what are you, a yes ma'am ass woman? You a yes ma'am ass woman. Or nigga, you embarrassing us. We didn't grow up like that. That's the kind of things y'all got to deal with, picking up your cross and following him. But a lot of women, they too weak for it. A lot of men are too weak for it. This is a spiritual battle first. That's what it's about, man. So, finishing out, it says, verse 3, and he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, and fed thee with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know, that he might make thee to know that man doth not live by bread only, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh doth man live. You see that? So he was proving a point back then. You got to believe that I'm sending you these signs. As I'm putting you through tests, I'm throwing care packages down there for you too. And that can be in the form of brothers. If all your brothers is, bro, I'm telling you, the brothers can tell you. On one of their lives, you can ask. When they all saying the same thing, bro, I'm about to humble down. Because I think the church as a whole is the spirit of the Most High. I don't care how big the camp is. It can be 2 brothers. It can be 10. It can be hundreds. When brothers is coming together and they best to follow the scriptures, the Most High is there dealing with them. He's definitely watching, but a lot of times he's dealing with them. He's really dealing with them. Straight up. So that's what I believe, though. That's what we believe. So, like, bro, we take each other's advice. We take each other's counsel. We can't make each other do nothing, but we be like, if you do that, boom, boom, boom. If you do that, bro, I can't do nothing for you. I can't do nothing for you. I don't got the funds for it. So, bro, really think about it before you do it. Or if you do that, bro, I'm not going to be able to I can't take you to work every day, bro. That's the counsel. That's as far as the counsel goes, which is righteousness. Now let's see if he gonna follow the scriptures or not. And a lot of people don't. That's how you would know how strong a brotherhood is when everybody is trying their best to just follow the scriptures, man. Everybody, man. That's a real brotherhood. They can't be broken by nothing. Somebody can come and try to infiltrate, but I can easily like that ain't him though. I know the spirit of this man. Like nigga, you can come in with this shit all you want to, and it sounds good. It does. But we already built a brotherhood. I know him already. I know what he's capable of. I know what makes him mad. I know how to make this dude laugh right now. Like that's a real brotherhood. It can't be broken, unless the Most High say so. And we see that too. Unless the Most High say so, but it'd be for bigger purposes. Like I've seen camps like split up. They go their own way and they ain't got nothing bad to say about each other. That happens. That happens. So it's about living by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of God, just as it is eating and drinking water each and every day. You need it to survive. That's it's the same way with faith. You need it to survive. Understand that. Now, going back to First Esdras. Man, it's nice. I remember coming out here when it was spring, doing lessons. Felt good, man. Same, color temperature out here. Same color out here. Now it's the same. It's the same, but the leaves are falling. It's cool. It's real cool. It's like 50 degrees out here. I do got a coat on, but you still enjoy. You're supposed to enjoy the elements, man. You're not supposed to hate what the Most High said was good. A lot of people hate the cold. A lot of people hate the heat when you need both of them. You need both of them, man. So, let me go back to this First Esdras. So, this is First Esdras 4, and I'm gonna start at 25 again. A man loves his wife more than his parents. Some men are driven out of their minds on account of a woman, worrying about a woman. Sirach 39, I believe it is. I know it's one of them chapters, in the 30s. It tell you, give not thy power over to thy wife, man. Like she just got all authority in the house. Like I said, you walking on eggshells, bro. This is a pattern showing that you're afraid of her. And I'm not talking about just like she'll just. Well, I guess she will throw hands on you too. You do something too crazy, but man, it's crazy out here. You say that, but walking on eggshells, man. You scared to say certain things around her. Like that's not good, man. And that's what we read. And it says some men are driven out of their minds. They go crazy. What it's saying, Sirach 25, it says he goes up and down the street sighing bitterly. Metaphorically, that's saying a man is okay. A man, if he'll come to me, I say a brother, he coming to me talking about, man, my wife just don't listen, bro. She do this, she do this, she do this. It's like, dang, brother, that's crazy. Let me help you. Nothing is you giving them an advice, nothing is going on. It's like the 10th time, or let's say it's 2 years later, he's still saying the same thing. It's like, bro, I already done told you, you're not doing nothing about it. So what he do is he goes to the next brother and he does the same thing until he gets tired of it. And then the next brother till he gets tired of it. All these brothers, and there's no results. It's just you sighing bitterly up and down the streets. That's all that is. It says, and others become slaves for the sake of a woman. It says others become slaves for the sake of a woman. What is that going into? You only trying to please and keep the woman happy, man. That's all a lot of dudes do. A lot of dudes do what they do. They work so hard just for a woman. Now it got some sense to it. Some dudes, they tricks. That's another form of slave. Some niggas, they'll do anything for a woman with a fat ass. It be certain images that go across your phone on like Instagram of a woman, and she look good. You know, she thick. You know, the Bible tell you admire thick women, beautiful thick women. That's what it's for. So, nigga, we ain't running from that. The problem is when you go to the comment section. When you go to the comments, like, you're a drinker of bath water, you won't pull out. You know, you hear all these weird ass. It's like, bro, you don't even know her. You're just a slave to her body. A lot of women worship their own ass, literally. And they want you to worship it with them. That's how that works. They worship something, they want you to worship it too. And a lot of niggas become slaves to that. That's all they think about. They can't stay focused. A lot of time you be in a grocery store, nigga, you passing the lanes you supposed to be going to because you looking for ass in that thing. I had a brother tell me, he said we was in Walmart for 5 hours just hollering at women. Bro, that is crazy. That is crazy right there. That is real crazy, man. And I've actually seen, like, brothers, man, they do crazy stuff. I'm telling you, they become slaves. Let's keep going. It says others have been put to death, right? How many people we see on World Star get put to death over a woman? I seen a video on World Star. It was a baby daddy and the dude she was with now. The dude she was with wouldn't give her phone back. So she called a whole nother man, her ex, her baby daddy, to come get her phone from the dude that he with. And he shot him in the head with a Draco in front of the whole apartment complex in broad daylight, just trying to prove a point. So who won? Yeah, she got her phone, but her baby daddy is going to prison for the rest of his life. He did it in front of everybody. And dude, her boyfriend is dead, and she's gonna miss him. Straight up, man. There's so many stories like that. I was trying to think of the other one I was thinking about, but it's so many different stories of people dying over a woman, man. So many different stories, right? It says, have been put to death, have ruined their lives. Some niggas be successful, they be wealthy. They ain't gotta be rich. They wealthy. And they end up marrying a woman, getting with a woman, marrying her. She got, she on all his paperwork. The house, she's on that. His bank account, she on that. They've been together for a long time. And she gets tired of him and she want to smash out. And I've seen it, dude. Like, his life is over all because she wanted to take half of everything he got. Ruin this man's life. And he already don't got much. You taking half of any man's stuff is wrong, period. That's his shit. It doesn't go like that for the women, especially here in America, though, which is weird. This should go both ways if y'all gonna do it like that, but it don't. Because it's about power, giving the woman power. That's what it's about, man. But these men fall for it, though. Like, bro, it's been proven. Like, why is niggas still marrying on paperwork through Esau's system, these women, if we see what they're doing? Nigga, they be married a month and divorce their husband and take half of his shit. This man, come on, man. She ain't had to do nothing. I don't think she got to do is say she got raped or say, or get married to him. These niggas falling for it every time, though. So this is what this is talking about. Men do this shit for women and put themselves in this situation. So again, it says, have been put to death, have ruined their lives, or have committed crimes because of a woman. We don't even got to go in that. That's, that's pretty simple. Some niggas go rob shit just to bring back home to their girl. And it's either we know people like this or we done it before, dude. Straight up. It says, have committed crimes because of a woman. Then he says, so now do you believe me? So that's it with that. That's what be going on. And that's why we're supposed to be taking heed. That's why we're supposed to remember for when we are falling. Let me get that right quick. Revelation chapter 2. And he said, let me see. Verse 5. Revelation 2 and 5. Remember, therefore, from whence thou art fallen, and repent and do the first works. Bro, focus on the ministry and everything else will be added unto you. I'm a living witness of it. I'm a living witness of it, dude. All you got to do is focus on the ministry. And the Most High gonna give you everything you need. He's not gonna give you everything you want. Why? Because you're gonna lose focus. He's gonna give you everything you need and a little bit of what you want, which is a-okay with me. And if you're not cool with that, you greedy, and that's another reason he don't give it to you. Straight up, man. So he says, remember from when thou art fallen, and repent and do the first works, or else I will come unto thee quickly and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent. We know what that candlestick is. Your acknowledgement of the truth. That's what that candlestick is. You understanding who you are, why this happened to you, and so forth. Because we see brothers lead the truth, that candlestick getting blown out, so to speak. And it's like they forgot everything they learned. Heathens can be saved. We can eat pork now. Like, niggas just like, bro, you used to teach this. Niggas go back to calling him Jesus. It's like, bro, you taught me this in some cases. Like, you taught me this. Now you teaching that? You going back to that? That candlestick got blown out. If you don't want your candlestick blown out, focus on the ministry, because it happens slowly but surely. Sometimes it happens just fast, yeah. But most of the time, you get chewed at. It's like, I'll give you a scenario. One day you might wake up, you went to work and you forgot your fringes. Let's just use that. You forgot your fringes. And you're like, damn, man, I forgot my fringes. That's crazy. I need to go back to the house and get them. And then it happens like a week later again. This time, you're like, man, it's cool, man. I'm going to go back and get the fringes, man. It's all good. Then it happened 2 months later. And now you're just like, man, just this day is cool. That's all. It's all good. Ain't no problem. And then another week go by. And you then forgot that you even stopped wearing them. That's how that happens. I've seen it happen like that. And we all fall, short in some areas in the truth. It be times like where I don't pray as much. It be time where I don't read as much. So I see how, and like it's sometimes where I don't consistently do videos. You don't just, all right, cool, time to get right back on the videos. Yeah, you can have that mentality, but it don't always work like that. When you practice something, when you doing something equals practicing it, you start to really learn it and you start to live by it. Straight up. Women do it all the time. They act like men. They dress like men. They like a stud. And it gets to the point where they're like, damn, is that a man? Men do it too. They act like women. They master the art of being a woman, even though, shit is all wrong, of course. They master the art of trying to be a woman. Niggas be trying too hard. But we do not want our candlestick blown out. We want to grow in grace. That's why I always bring out that 2 Peter 3:18. It's very important, man. The rock of the church taught us that we supposed to grow in grace. Bro, if you still struggling over here very badly with something, yeah, you keep paying attention to it, of course. You know, you try to tweak it the best way you know how, but go focus on something else too that you can fix, because it's a lot of stuff. Each and every day is something new that you realize about yourself. It's not going to stop. The Lord just want to see endurance while you're changing this stuff. You want to see endurance, man. Don't be no sucker, man. Don't be no fool. And that's the experience. You know, that's what I learned being in the truth as long as I've been in the truth. Like, for real, that's what we got to do, man. We got to endure until the end. Let me get this. When you read Sirach chapter 6 and verse 7, if thou wouldest getteth a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. So Sirach, told us, when you get a friend, prove him. The Most High told us in Deuteronomy in the Torah, I prove people by putting them through stuff. Who the hell want to sleep in the wilderness for 40 years? Nobody. Not a day longer. But he did that to prove them. So your situation is to prove you. Your woman standing up to you, testing you, that's to prove you. You gonna let her run you over? You gonna try to reason with her? How you gonna handle this? Sometimes we fail, bro. That's cool. But it shouldn't be a consistent pattern of failure. So you are not growing in grace, man. So we just read, prove a friend. Put him, when they being tested, when an opportunity presents itself to be tested, that's when you use it. You get in a situation where you got to fight, and your friend, that's Jake in the world, black people, Negroes, niggas, that's how they proved a friend. Nigga, when your homeboy fought and you got in there with him, he getting jumped, nigga, you got in there with him, nigga, he realized you are his friend. The Most High putting us through stuff too, nigga. You gonna get in this spiritual war, or you gonna make excuses? What you gonna do? And I'm talking about going out there teaching against these doctrines and standing up for what God told us to do. Like, no, I don't care what nobody else says. This is what God told me to do. That's you being proved as a friend. So from there, James 2:21, it says, was not Abraham our father justified by works when he had offered Isaac his son upon the altar? We don't do that in 2025. So how does this apply to us? Our works is keeping the commandments that we can keep, the least of the commandments. Niggas always complaining about how hard the commandments is. It's like, bro, the big commandments, the crazy commandments, we can't even keep it. Like, if we lived in America and there was still a temple in Israel, bro, you would have to go 3 times a year. You would have to go. But we don't have to keep that. But wearing the fringes, not eating pork, the basic commandments. Niggas don't want to keep that. It's too hard. So it goes to fruits of the spirit too. Our character, our character with our brothers and our sisters. That's also included in the works. Paul teaches us that in his letters. That's why we use Paul, man, for edification, for experience, for guidance. It says, seest thou how faith wrought with his works, and by works was faith made perfect? Question mark. And the scripture was fulfilled, which said, this is the point, Abraham believed Yahweh, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness. He was called the friend of God. Why? Because what he was willing to do for God no matter what, bro. It was his son he was about to offer. We know the story. He was about to murk his own son for God. So that begs the question, like, if you want to be a friend of God, what are you really sacrificing in this world to prove that? What are you sacrificing? For real. A lot of people, countenance witness against them. Goofy ass niggas don't just want to play all day and enjoy pleasures, don't want to do nothing hard. Niggas don't want to go to the gym. Brothers don't want to sit there and do tedious studyings. Niggas don't want to do that. It's all about pleasures, man. Brothers don't even want to come to camp. You don't gotta read. You can come to camp to listen. It's church. It's church, buddy. What are we talking about? I'd rather sit outside and listen to some brothers teach the truth than to sit inside a building and listen to lies, bro. That ain't gonna do nothing for me. But people don't think like that. Bro, we be having women pulling up, women that we're meeting pulling up to church, to camp, in the cold and the heat, sitting out there, listening to us teach because they that eager to want to hear the Bible, man. Which is cool. They want to hear the Bible. But the men that we know, you can't drag them out the house. That says a lot about people, man. And he was called the friend of God. Abraham was proved, like Sirach 6 and 7 said. You're going to be proved to see if you're a friend of God too. This is a message. Yes, this story is real, but it's a message for the future generations. It's a message. This is how you get tapped in with God. Big God. This is how you get tapped in with him. Going through whatever he put before you with integrity, man. That's what real endurance is. Let me get that. This is real endurance. And watch, it's going to say about going through something. That's how we prove to God we tapped in. We with him. You go through things. And not just go through things as in, however it's being dealt with. You got to deal with it according to the scriptures. We all do. So Matthew chapter 24 and 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. When we go to that word endure, it's very important. Repetition is everything. The Most High, almost every book of the Bible, I am the Lord thy God, which had brought thee out of the land of Egypt. I am the God, Lord thy God, which had brought thee out of the land of Egypt. He just keeps saying the same thing. Even in the Apocrypha. Repetition is important so you can understand, bro, I did this for y'all. Everybody know about this story of the great Exodus. And it's going to be another one. So, endure. This is the word.
Strong's G 5278. Hupamano. Hupamano.
Hupamano. And it says, in the high outline of biblical usage, it's for 2:1. It says to persevere under misfortunes and trials. You're being tried, trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Hamashiach. And we just read that in James about that. Faith with works. It was chapter 2 we just read, verses 21 through 23. This all intermingles. It all intertwines, man. It's like stitches. It says to endure, bear bravely and calmly ill treatments. Straight up, man. That's what this is about. Being proved. Your relationship has to be proved too. When y'all really get some understanding, like it's good to, if your spouse go off, this goes for man and woman, but women are told to do it. Let me see if I can find that in Proverbs 31. It talks about the law of kindness that rolls off of her tongue. Like women don't understand how to rebuke a man. Like you can rebuke a man with kindness. Like he to a point where he want to listen to you. They don't do that. So let me see. Okay, right here. 26, 31 and 26. She openeth her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness. When she speaks, it's in the law of kindness. When she rebukes, it's in the law of kindness. It's not, nigga, you got me fucked up, nigga, because you over here playing. You playing with me, nigga. I don't care what you talking about. That's the kind of women, and sometimes to be 100% correct, sometimes they be right. It's just the way that they saying it's like, bro, I'm not listening. I'll let somebody else tell me. When somebody else tell me, I'm gonna hear them out, and that's for sure. But I'm not listening. That's how that be going on. But going back to my point, man, sometimes us being men, we know we right, but we still gotta, it is his glory to overlook transgressions. Proverbs 19 and 11, I believe. It is your glory to overlook transgressions. Stay out of a lot of trouble like that too. But that don't mean be a simp. You don't just let her do whatever she wants to. Straight up. That's what we teaching. That's the kind of, this is the reason why a lot of brothers don't do lessons over this kind of stuff, over relationships, because they don't want to say stuff like this and be hated. Because I talk to people, I talk to brothers all the time, and we in agreement for the most part. We got different perspectives here and there. That's cool. That's how you want to run your house. I ain't got no problem with that. And if my plan don't work that I had, okay, now I'm gonna go to this brother. What was you saying? It's not about to be a pattern of that, though. It's not about to be a pattern of every time my shit ain't working, then I'm going to this brother like, bro, what was you saying? Bro, I just don't know how to listen. My bad, bro. What's up? Tell me. Bro, it's like, no, bro. No. But that's all I got, man. Lord willing, you was edified, even if it's just a little bit. Call Yahweh Bahashem, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.